he's free for friends of the press. I heard a young woman was murdered.
Who told you that?
You just did.
Well, all of journalism is ambiguous, across the board, whether you're reporting sports or whether you're reporting from the local flower show or whether you're a city beat reporter like Cal who's dealing with murders and very unsavory things, As human beings, we all have our predilections and our preferences, and you use the word passions, which is a great word to use, actually. It's the positive side of what I'm talking about. Objectivity is a myth. We're always going to see things the way we see things, and sometimes we'll see things in a way to our own detriment until we're absolutely faced with a truth that we couldn't stomach or a truth that we didn't want to talk about or face. I think if serious news reporting is in crisis at the moment, it's a crisis of its own making. We've been trivializing news and events and people and personalities for such a long time that now you're at a point where the audience is kind of like shrugging their shoulders and going, well, if it's that trivial, I prefer to get my news some other way. Maybe, if I am a person, that's intrigued about something, I'll do my own investigation. I've now got the internet at my disposal. I've got an iPhone. I can find things out. We're in the era of never having to say I don't know. And it's actually kind of exciting in a way. But, going back to what you just said before as well, you're the kind of news anchor that I would appreciate watching, because if you can actually be passionate, be true to yourself and be passionate about what it is you're saying, what you're talking about, what it is you spend your day doing, and what it is you're now delivering to the audience, that's what we're lacking. We're putting people in a situation, and we've done it to our politicians, we've done it to our sports stars, we've done it to everybody, that if you actually tell the truth and say your real feelings, more than likely you're going to get eviscerated. Your constituents won't be able to stomach the truth. You got to go on the record. Swing the spotlight back on them. You got to protect yourself, man.
You go out there and find me evidence linking Sonia's death to Point Corps. I will go on the record. I will shout this thing from the rooftops.
Well, it affects everything about it, because Cal, right from the beginning, he doesn't think his friend has done anything wrong. So, because he believes in his friend. And that's one of the key things about Cal, is he absolutely believes in Stephen. He has believed in Stephen since he was a young man. When he was at university, he looked at Stephen and he went, I don't know why this guy's my friend, but it makes me feel special because he's my friend, because he's the popular guy, he's got the good hair and the shiny teeth and all that sort of stuff, and women obviously, are attracted to him, and he has that kind of magnet of power. And Cal's always looked up to his friend because of that.
You were just seeking the truth, that's all. You're a truth seeker. That's all. You can't help it, so you are. You're such a hypocrite. You're not interested in me. Me coming here was all about you and getting your story. I trusted you.
Yeah, but I think, back in the 70s when All the President's Men was made, I think people could believe in journalists as heroes, believe in the fact that they, would keep their sources for the right reasons and would investigate something and wouldn't actually give you that story until they knew it to be true, Now we've been dealing with a couple of decades already of trivia as a good enough point for a story. We've been dealing with a couple of decades of people, undermining their own credibility by, if it's been printed somewhere else, therefore we can't be sued because it has there's a prior source for it. So we know it's bullshit, but we'll run it anyway because it's going to fill up page 3. And I think there's a crisis in that as we've been discussing, is spread throughout all of our society. When you won't get a politician to tell you his truthful opinion pretty much on any subject, because that truthful opinion will not be reported cleanly.
This is as big and as connected as they get.